Hey Life Groups, welcome to the 8th and final week of our baggage check series. And in this series, we have covered a lot of different topics, ranging from ongoing sin to our past hurts and bitterness, anxiety, conformity, religion, worthlessness, and then this past week we wrapped everything up by talking about loss. Now, loss is something that we all experience in our lives, and naturally when we think of loss, we immediately think of death, which is certainly normal to do, but we also experience loss in a broader sense as well. Loss of health, material possessions, maybe it's relationships, whether that be a marriage or a friendship, loss of childhood due to abuse and other horrible circumstances, or perhaps like Pastor Brant talked about this weekend, the loss of the ideal. Now, throughout Scripture, we see different examples of loss, ranging from Adam and Eve to Abraham, Esau, Jacob, Joseph, the people of Israel, Moses, Naomi, Esther, and Daniel, just to name a few, and those are just from the Old Testament. Loss is part of the human condition. I think we can all agree that life is hard and oftentimes full of loss. And then we look at the New Testament and we see that Jesus even experienced loss, and that's even before the cross. There are some scholars who believe that Joseph, who was Jesus' stepdad, may have died when Jesus was young. And Jesus was born to an unwed mother, which in those times would have set him up for relentless bullying and rumors. And yes, Jesus experienced the loss of people that he was close to as well. John chapter 11 gives us just a glimpse into the loss with the story of Lazarus and how Jesus wept. He wept when he saw others weeping, and he wept because he loved Lazarus. In this life, loss is going to happen. It's inevitable, and we can either allow loss to draw us closer to God, or we can allow loss to distance ourselves from Him. But the truth is that God is the only one who can bring true healing. Alcohol, relationships, self-help gurus pretending that we don't hurt, or even just sucking it up, none of these things can help you heal from the loss that you've experienced. It's only Jesus. In today's questions, we're going to ask you to think about some of the loss that you've experienced in your lifetime. And maybe that loss was the death of someone close to you, or maybe the loss that you've experienced is on that broader scale. Again, loss is something that we all have experienced. So our challenge for you today is to be honest and transparent and vulnerable with your group, because that's part of what it means to do life together.